Everyone. Good afternoon. Yes, let me let everybody know I do look tired. I am tired. We're a long weekend, a long day, but we made a day. So, by that, welcome to Second Talk. Thank you for joining us Sunday evening at 6 p.m. We will return on Sunday at 6 p.m. We're going to have a conversation tonight. I told you we're going to be here for an hour. And so our conversation is short and sweet, and we are able to go back and watch it. Please follow us on Facebook here and then on YouTube. Okay, that will be documented. Again, I have set up, make sure my profile, everything is together. Not adding anybody else to my account. So those account people can just upload. But good evening again. Let's have a conversation. My question today is I'm going to be dealing with this. Where are the leaders of Liberia? That's what I'm going to be talking about today. Where are the leaders of Liberia? First and foremost, I wanted to ask a question. Okay. Yeah. So I thank you for the person who just logged in. Okay, who just logged in. I got a little bit distracted when I was doing the where is that? I wanted to talk about hey sis, how are you? Where are the leaders of Liberia? That's the question that we need to ask ourselves. Why is the country the way it is? Why is the country the way it is? Why are the leaders? So I'm looking for this video to play, and I will find it to play. The video with Senator Koga and Jeremiah Kuhn and the superintendent of Nima County. So no, I'm not going to tell anyone that I'm coming in peace. I do not come in peace. I come in with truth, to speak my truth. That may make a lot of people mad, but they will be okay. They will get over themselves. That's why I come to speak. I am wondering why is it even a problem to ask people to be audited? Okay? When you are in charge of family funds, when you are in charge of family property, when you are in charge of the nation funds and you are using it, that's not your personal funds. Even those of us who work in other people's country, okay, you are audited. It does not even matter if you are working with money. We do credential audits. Those of us who work in education, okay, we do credential audit. They have to know that our licenses are updated, okay? There are timelines that we have to go back if it's the requirement audit, maybe drug test, background test, because things change, people change, okay? We do that. It's not a hunt. It is to make sure that the system works, that those who are working with the system are working with kids, okay? Character is where they say it is, the time they got employed to where they are. And those things are put in place. So the first thing is, we saw we saw Musa Belede and Fernando Kofa asking for audit of the past legislature before this legislature took a seat. It brought up a whole wallabaloo until they burned down the mansion, or they touch it. Not the mansion, but the Capitol building, and then they're painting it on other people who were not anywhere, nowhere around. Okay. Now we're talking about Nimba, and I see people coming and putting under the under people post, so long you and Jeremiah Kun and this person are in good term, nothing will happen to you. And here. What is it about that? What is it about that? Why is it about that? Now, as I watch Liberians, young people, especially those living in the United States, Liberia, I can be a lot more forgiving. But if you live in the US and you're here condemning Donald Trump, and you have problem with people asking, okay, Koga is not my guy. Okay, Koga don't believe that women need to be in leadership. Koga believe that women need to be barefooted, pregnant, or young girls need to be running around with a lapa around their waist, their breast hanging out, while every time man is grabbing onto it and squeezing it, going because that's what they know. Okay, and I what the thing he thinks women are about, until he comes out and apologizes to the women of Liberia, the women of Nima County. That's how I see him. But the fact stands, though. It stands that if what he is saying, I'm not there. All right. Months back, there were a lot of issues with the craft metal in Liberia, okay, in Nimba. And a lot of people, there was a back and forth that were going on with the superintendent. Okay, she's a little sister. I reached out to her. I said, "Mian Bear, what is going on?" She said, "I have initiated an audit." Reach out back to her weeks later. I didn't hear anything. I left it alone. Okay. One thing, though, that we all need to understand here right now in the United States, I got my lawmakers, I got some city council members that were just to my house, want me to run for city council. Okay. I have gone to several meetings to the city council. They do not make decisions without the city, without the people who live in the city or who live in the county. I live in Gwinnett County. I live in the city of Lawrenceville. Okay. Plan that to be executed. It put in motion and voted on and discussed 1 year prior. Because a budget have to be allotted for that, for the next fiscal year. And if the city of Lawrenceville come and say, we want to build a reservoir, okay, that is published. That is what they are looking at. That is what they are hoping to accomplish. That's the thing where Liberia branch is made. That's what they are looking to accomplish, okay? But the people can come in and say, you know what? This is not what we want right now. The red light between Langley Drive and Corgan Street have been hazardous, and people have been. So we think that we need to look at that junction and put maybe a roundabout or a red light there. And the people will put that on the floor. Those will show up. It will be voted on. So the question then that begs an answer is, how are these decisions made? Do a few people just get together in the afternoon or whenever they're ready, knock their feet, they agree and they start building? Do they consider the impact of the structure they're putting up? How does that help the community? What are the long-term impacts? What do Liberia need at this point? What does Nima Kante need? Not desire, but need. What are the critical needs at this point? Okay? I was asking question the other day. As we are screaming and yelling in the street about say no to drugs. You know, again, I'm forever grateful to those who came out. And if you pull onto any AI application, and you say no to drugs, the August 7 platform will pop all up with Liberia. I would have thought by now the president would have declared a state of emergency. Not recast in the budget, but create an emergency budget to do these things. I've been asking, and I'm coming back to priority. I'm coming right back to priority. Where are the leaders of Liberia? That is my question. I asked the question, as the young people are going from neighborhood to neighborhood and breaking down where drug addicted young people and old people live, the DEA, the LDEA, do the LDEA have ambulances and first responder? Somebody told me no. How do you help human beings that are hooked up on drugs, that literally sometimes when they take the freezing time, they're like this? They can't move. They're just there. That means whatever they're taking is too strong. You need experts, medical experts. You need first responders. You need ambulances. You need people who, if they go into shock, that can revive them or resuscitate them. You need nurses on that, what I call first responder, who understand first aid, who know how to stabilize, people who know about drug using. You need psychologists. Are those not things that are pressing at this point? So in Nima Kante, the same thing is happening. So that's them. I'm asking this question. Somebody will come, you're jealous, you're this. You know, I saw on Facebook a couple of days ago, I was not sure and I didn't look, to tell you the truth. I was wobbling in my own family issue. I have a niece that is not just a niece, a daughter to me. That is, I've been battering sickness. Like my shoulders, my back, everything burns because I'm not able to sleep at night. I'm not even able to how to carry it. Okay. But we're here. So the question, hey, Emmanuel, here's Patrick. The question I'm asking is, how are these development agenda set? What are the priorities in the country? Okay. Then we take side. I remember when people started getting on Facebook. I've been here. I was here before there were Facebook Live. We used to go in the studio and use OB what do you call it, OBR screening. That's what we used to use and go into actual studio on Zoom before most of you even got on to platforms. And people, I remember when we were elected, Ceviche would come under my poster, would insult me, how I have crush on how I was single, I need to go find a man. Then the final, I was married. I think a lot of them thought I was young. be married like forever, have grown children, all grown, and then it was like you're bitter, you're angry. Okay, go call for your husband, or you don't this, you don't have. I'm veering off a little bit. I saw where people have to come to Glendy aid. I don't know where that took place. And that's why I said earlier that what's his name? Koga is not my guy. I don't really care about him. This is a man where in this day and age, in 2025, in 2024, in 2023, okay, in the 21st century, where women can go on solo ride into space, where they're inventors, they're engineers. Koga, when you use the GPS, a black woman invented it. Women in the theater doing open heart surgery. Women, black women, I mean, not just the women, black women, okay, Dosing, the Yale, the Harvard, some of the best education system in the world. The CEOs of multinational organizations that Liberia can even come to the toast with billions of dollars, okay? But here you are. Now, I have said that. Let me make this point. The point is, how do they arrive or derive the projects that they're undertaking? How is that done? Who set the agenda? Are the people or the county involved? Do they have a voice? Do they solicit their input? What kind of survey do they do? Speaking of survey, and I will come to it later. What kind of survey do they take? What percentage of the population do they use as a sample size or as an opinion pool to say this is what the people need? Based on what studies are we deciding? Then I come back to Monrovia. In 2024, Papier Boaka declared, he passed an executive order in 2024 to stop freeze rice price. Then the late 2024, he did another executive order, I think it was 150. I woke up this morning and found out, and UP people running, oh, you cannot run a nation like you're running campaign. It's time to lead. It's time to govern. Y'all stop with the propaganda. It's time to govern. It's time to govern, folks. That's what it is. It's time to govern. All the $2, $3 you put your phone card to call, it's time to govern. And you know, the governance will show in the actions of the leadership. Okay? It will show in the actions of the leadership. And the people will feel the impact of the leader. Okay? The people will see and feel. The people will see, and they will feel the impact. Economic impact is not in your head. People can feel it. Okay? So, you raise taxes. Okay, you put all sorts of blockade shipping food to the country. You put monopoly on importing. You give monopoly to certain people in the country. So we say in the economics, supply and demand drives the price. Usually what government does, government regulates, and if you allowed, okay, to have a market economy. Liberia said they're a democracy, but we do not have a market economy. We have a command economy. The government literally, or what call it, command leading market or market leading command, whatever it is, but I think it's command because I think the government is in charge and control literally everything. Who sells what? Who sells that? Okay. And that's what we know. We know that the government decide what prices are going to be, who can sell and who can sell. So we know this. We know this. So if you want Liberia to change, you have to let the market drive the price. You have to stop with the gatekeeping. You can regulate the market. You can regulate the quality of food that comes to the country, the quality of medication that comes to the country, or the quality of things that are imported in the country. That's the government job. Another thing that you can do that can save the nation is have an aggressive agenda, okay, that you say you have for agriculture, but that works not in the absence of funding, okay? Your agenda can only be true and people can only take it serious if the budget reflects it, because the budget is actually the roadmap of your vision. The budget is a picture, okay? A picture of what you say you want to do for Liberia. You cannot say you want healthcare to be a priority, but you have little money for healthcare. That's a contradiction, Mr. President. Okay, that's a contradiction. I see give me 1 second. Folks, if you're here, please share the video for me, please. I am trying to share. Oh, it's already here. Okay, please share the video. Is it me? Do I have this? Okay, we'll be here Thursday night. Steve might be with me. Okay. Okay, so folks, please forgive me. Now, so there's a lot of stuff going on. I'm trying to find this video with Nyakwe. Let me find a video because I want to play this video with this lady in Koga. I want to play this with Koga because when I play this, they're on YouTube, so I'm able to. Why is this way? Folks, please forgive me. Hey, Bill. Okay, let me find. I'm trying to find this video. I'm trying to find a video. Somebody sent it to me today. I think it's just Mabel. I think it's John C. Mabel, and I sent it to me. Let me see if I have it so I can see it. Yeah. The video I'm gonna play, I'm not gonna be really long. Here it is. This video right here. I'm not sure why is that a problem, why people are forcing, why people are saying what they're saying. I don't see why is that a problem. Why is that a problem? Auditing somebody, why is that somebody trying to wish on them? Why is that a problem? Liberian people, you're telling me. You work for the people, okay? You've been in a position. The first thing that needed to have been done to begin with before you took over was to firstly audit. Audit the people, know why you're taking on, okay? Have an audit report published. Then when you take over, your first 90 days, do an audit report. Every 6 months or every semester or every quarter, do an audit report. Let the people come and audit you. Why are we having a fight and a fit and turning everything into drama? Okay, I'm trying to pull this on my system. It's kind of slow, folks. Very slow for some reason. All right. This is not my video. I have no copyright to it, but I'm going to play it. I'm going to play this. Another thing that Liberian people have to understand is people loyalty should never be to an individual. It should always be to the country. I see people saying, oh, Jeremiah Kun took his name. Jeremiah Kun carry him. Jeremiah Kun. Who made Jeremiah Kun? Who made Jeremiah Kun? Who made Jeremiah Kun? It was the same Jeremiah Kun. I'm going to finish here. Let me see.
Saying that the period of time that this unity are saying that the period of time that this unity party-led government seated in the country will need an audit to get a full. It is our responsibility as a legislator.
So how do you see the superintendent work?
In terms of what?
In terms of
development.
The infrastructure, if you go to all the government facilities, they are building them with fabulous design. But the money was not intended for that. Here we are saying that the period of time that this unity party-led government seated in the country will need an audit to get a full. It is our responsibility as a legislator.
So how do you see the superintendent work?
In terms of what?
In terms of
development.
The infrastructure, if you go to all the government facility.
You know, I get a little bit frustrated with so many Liberian journalists. Their line of questioning is so dumb. I the one who's saying you can't cost me, okay? What you call development? What's your specs of development? This man just said to you that from the time the United Party government taking over, okay, they have a responsibility to make sure that the funds that is coming in the country is their oversight. He just explained to you, okay? He does not think that's the way things are going, okay? Instead of you asking what his position, how you think the process is supposed to be, you're going to develop. What is development? When you call development, that is a big old development, is a big old globe of things that you're putting together. What is development? Development of what? Structure, development of the mind, development of the people, okay? And the thing is, they will keep banking, and most of the questions are not logical. Your Liberian people who are professional journalists, most of your people, they need some serious training in respect to communication, how you communicate, how you ask questions, how you're strategic in, okay, dissecting information for you to get the best information. And before you ask this question, coming to this interview, you should be prepared as to what you want to say, how you want to approach it. Okay? So, I am saying, I don't see anything wrong with Koga asking for an audit. Why would asking for audit always bring problem? Musa Belete asked for audit for the past legislature. They have been there since the end of the war. No audit. They came out with a fashion. Majority group, minority group. People start cussing, people start bribing money, people start doing all kinds of things. The next thing, they burn down the Capitol building. And the people who were not in charge of the Capitol building are being prosecuted. But that's one of the things I said this to the ANC people years back at the convention. You don't make laws because you are in power now and think that law will protect you because you are in power. Power can change hands. You make laws for the future. You make laws that is living, breathing, that will answer problem and fix problem and put a nation on path and face the current reality of stuff. It should be able to answer that. That's what I always said. But no, when Liberians are in power, they think they will be in power forever, so they don't care about the laws that they make. For instance, Fala, Kofa, Jason Sibo, and all of those people were there. When what the guy need? Serena Sifo and UP people lie on Mr. Cummings. And he said, oh, you're going to be teaching for free. You already got 6,000 teachers that were teaching for free, and you can't take care of them. But you were looking for another teacher. You were looking for a business executive, well-respected man around the world. Multi-billion-dollar industry to disgrace. That was the whole idea. So why does transparency bother y'all? Yeah, I know I would get a counter, but that's fine. I don't care. When the scrap metal business scheme and Dr. Tolo offer, and your offer was more than the people that they gave the contract to, there were other people who have higher, I think 2 other people who have a higher offer. No, they give it to the people, the foreigner with the lower money. I reach out. I say, Ma, what's going on? Oh, we're bringing auditor. Where's the audit report? I don't give a figure about this, man. But the truth is the truth. Liberians are dying in the street of hunger, of frustration, They're hooked up on drugs. Women die in the hospital. But you got few people who getting hundreds and hundreds of thousands of dollars and just spend it. You get up in the morning, you decide you go spend it. How are these projects identified? How do we derive it? Who imports is taken? So let's ask the question and make sense. Let's do. All right, I'm gonna play this and I'm gonna come back to your stuff today that they're talking about here with Boaka, where people
They are building them with fabulous design, but the money was not intended for that. Here we are saying that the period of time that this Unity Party-led government seated in the country, we need an audit to get a full. It is our responsibility as a legislator.
So how do you see the superintendent working?
In terms of what?
In terms of
development.
The infrastructure, if you go to all the government facilities, they are building them with fabulous design, but the money was not intended for that. Here we are saying that the period of time that this Unity Party-led government seated in the country, we need an audit to get a full. It is our responsibility as a legislator.
So how do you see the superintendent working?
In terms of what?
In terms of
development.
The infrastructure, if you go to all the government facilities, they are building them with fabulous.
Okay. So he has a legitimate question. Why is that a problem? Why you're all over on Facebook and being silly? Why? Now let me come back to Liberian people and UP people and the propaganda. You cannot tax everything, make it very expensive for people to import when you live in an import economy. And the president get up in the morning and say, I drop price and anticipate that the price will follow. It does not work like that. Ask the economist. It does not work like that. It does not work like that. And let me caution Liberian people. When you are in a position, in government position, that not a private position, that not you power company, that not you man company, that not you enter company, okay? It's the nation, the taxpayer, our resources. When you are in a position or you are giving a position and people are asking for your qualification, okay? Or for a project that you're undertaking, how you derive those. It is our responsibility to ask this question. It is our damn right to ask this question. So you start acting stupid. When they ask, don't be stupid and be talking all type of tabata people when I ask you. You don't want to be questioned? Go find your own company. Go work for your pa, go work for your mom. If you are given a position, I don't care who gave you the assignment, we have the right to ask. We asked the other people that CDC appointed yesterday, why are you above the law? Why are you better? What makes you think by me asking question makes me better? Why? Liberians, they said the man who does not ask question is already bought. But a wise man asks question. It is your responsibility to ask question. Don't be a herd. Don't be a sheep that when they say move, you move. They say go, you go. Don't. That's what have led Liberia to where it is. That's where it is. Okay? So, why do we even have to wait to come to somebody to tell you we need to audit? It should be part of the requirement. There should be a timeline to be audited. Either for audited, Liberians need to make accountability a normal thing, normalize accountability, transparency, normalize it. What's for y'all? You get an old man get up in the morning and say, you know what, rest price drop. You're jumping up and down, the frogs, the people without brain, a bunch of programmed robots. And you are anticipating for all of us to believe that. This is the age of technology. My Lord son Bill is here, all the way in my country. I sit in Georgia in the one room, and we are here together. This is the age. This is not a dark age. This is not even a darker age. This is the digital age. This is 2025, for God's sakes. This is not the time where people get up and say, oh, the person did this, and 3 newspapers carry it. Everybody believe it. We see things in real time. Eyes are everywhere. So I don't get it. Why somebody have to be jealous when they ask for transparency? Why does it have to be that somebody is being hateful or is being bitter when they ask for transparency, when they ask for credentials, when they ask for projects outline, okay, and project specs? Why is that a problem? Why? Those are normal things in nations that want to develop. Did you guys listen to John Mahama when he went to Japan? When his project manager came out and explained the things that they put in place? That make the Japanese government to buy him to get them the kind of money they give them? What they have done to become transparent, have the funds were going to be used to build up on. It was not for payroll. It was not to make few people play God. That's not what it was about. I don't get it. Why asking for truth? Why asking for people? You're working for people. Why do we play God? Why is there a problem? Why are you having a fit? Why are you being insulting? Why are you being salty? Why are you being the way you are? Because somebody asked for. People should not have to ask for audit. Audit is simply giving us report on our money that we gave you. We put you in charge. Tell us what you did with it. And how did you do it? Where did you do it? Who all were a part? Is this stuff that we need? Was our voices added? Did you value our voices in respect to the things that we need? You can't make decisions just for 1 million people or over 1 million people without their input. You just don't. And then people ask, and then you people are mad, and you're cursing people. You're being salty for no reason. I don't get it. I don't get it. So the story comes again. Where are the leaders of Liberia? Hey, Justina. Where are the leaders of Liberia? If you're an adult in Liberia, even if you're a child that know your rights and responsibility, you are a leader. You have a responsibility to speak up, to stand up, to ask the critical question. The government is accountable to us, the citizen. That's the form of government that we have. We have a democracy. Our preamble says we the people. It's like the power is vested in us. So we don't even have to wait for a lawmaker to come and ask questions for order for that to be. Now let me come back to Jeremiah Kun. Jeremiah Kun, our nephew, that means the one who's talking. Because he talked about this when he and Koga were together, that women don't do this, women don't do that. Jeremiah Kun, man from Nimakante. And he was talking about our culture. In our culture and tradition, where your mother friends, not where you're from, Jeremiah Kun. You can't come to our house and try to railroad us. Your nephew, you can't come in our house to become king in our house with no respect to us. And you think you will railroad us. You cannot come as a nephew instead of building us together and divide us. You cannot come in our house, our nephew, and try to think our fathers, our sons, tie their own balls with the leftover of the palm leaves. That's what you are doing. I will say, Mano, ko geni makante, ba geni inu kopa, so guan wa kopa. So is the gone ba gire dianwulaka ko kopa o zire diantroka si ko kapiale. Mi we ma ba ge idele. I told that woman not to join the race. She need to go sit down. He go me. He lay that ko be imika. He go grand coup. You come and bring division. Me pa for nema kante. But when do not bola swan here. I don't care. I don't care about your jobs. So I will speak my truth because my eating pen not in nobody's house. Now eating pen is in nobody's house. At my age, the only thing I can do is retire. And I will still survive. I will still live. I will still travel. I have been here for an hour and I will exit. So there are 3 things that I spoke to. I spoke to when you work for the government, you're working for the people and you're answerable to the people. And you must be transparent. You must be accountable to the people. The people should not have to force you or ask you or fuss with you or fight with you for you to be transparent, for you to do an audit. The people should not have to. They shouldn't. They shouldn't. We should normalize, okay, being transparent. Oh, master, now on my page. It should be a normal thing. Being transparent should be a normal thing. Being transparent should be a normal thing. Okay? It should be normalized. It should not be where people have to force you or people have to force with you, create enemyship. For you to do. The people who work here in grocery store, okay, they do that every day. Before you change shift, that's what you do. You count the money in your drawers. After counting the money in your drawers, the person who is changing shift come and count and say how much you say you left, how much they're taking out. That's simple. That's audit. Okay? All you are doing is my Facebook not sharing again. What's wrong with you? Okay? All you are doing is being forthcoming with the people. Musa asked for audit. It became a problem. People start fighting, people start cussing. Not only do we start fighting and cussing, y'all turn around. Y'all burn down the Capitol building and pin on people who were not even in charge, were not anywhere around. How is that? That's what I talk about. Make it normal. Make it normal for people to be transparent. for people to be forthcoming, for people to be truthful, for people to be upfront. They're asking a person who is working for the public to do what is right. It's not being hateful. It's not being jealous. It's not being salty. No, it's not. Another thing is, you cannot increase taxes on people, especially businesses. You make it hard to ship stuff. You put monopoly on products, especially in the import economy. The reason that people put tariff on imported goods in other countries, developed country or developing country, is because they have local goods, surplus of that, and they want to make it attractive for the citizen to purchase. In this case, you do not have that. It is the command economy, Brother Jackson. I said that earlier. It is the command economy because it's not the market forces that are driving the price. Okay, they monopolize literally everything. To get air conditioning in Liberia, maybe the only 2 Lebanese people that are allowed to order it. I remember 2022 when we were trying to find air conditioning to put it in an apartment. Okay, and the guy told us, "You don't buy it yet. Store about to close. You will not see until Monday." Because yeah, I said this one, my other brother said that one. That's it. That's it. So when you need certain thing, even you want to order truck, they will tell you you can't bring truck into the country. They will overcharge you. You have to go to a certain group of people, Lebanese people or Indian people. If not, you are not getting it. I say, oh, you're just saying, somebody, one woman were talking about whom is where the heart is. Somebody said, oh, most Liberians don't want to come home because they're embarrassed. They stay here too long. They don't build a house. Most Liberians that are living here, unless they want to live in Monrovia, they got land in Liberia. They come from a family that have ownership to land. How much do you need? If you really don't care about trying to show off, how much to somebody? For me, I live well in America. So if I go to Liberia, I can take $30,000, $40,000. Okay. Say if I'm on the ground, it would build me a nice little 3-bedroom house and put a fence around it. So long I'm not leaving, I'm staying right there to do it. Now I'm not sending my money and people be taking it and be high quality. I have a house in Liberia. Never slept in it. My uncle live in it. I have properties. A lot of Liberians do. And the funny thing is, most Liberians are here, even if you're working in a fast food place, you're not making $10 an hour. You can put your butt on the wall. You can work 2 or 3 jobs, go to Liberia for 3 months and build your house, have it finished before you come back, if that's the goal. But there are other things that are involved. Security, healthcare, movement of goods and services, or logistics. Here's this call. Thank you. So I'm saying that Kowe is my little sister. I love her, supported her when she ran to be a representative. But for me, it don't matter. We gotta be serious. The change have to start somewhere. We can't come on and say, oh, the past president got my back, the president got my back. Gosh, man. Even the young people. Even the young people. Folks, sis, go follow me here. Please like the page and follow. Okay, I'm leaving now. I've been here. I gotta go do a few things. All right. Samuel Jackson said Vulu economics. It is Vulu economics because it don't make sense. You don't get up in the morning. Thank you. You don't get up in the morning and just decide and say, I'm lowering rice price. Not considering how much the people pay for the rice. The import charges that you guys are putting where you're breaking the nation. That cost go pass on to the citizens. Unless, you can say that unless you are subsidizing the rice. The Japanese people just give us tons of rice. Maybe you give it to the people at a lower price. But the essence of all these tariff you people have, nation, the essence, the reason for tariff, the reason that we put taxes, hard taxes, that's what tariff is, on imported goods, okay? This is 4th grade economics, 4th grade, US, the children, they will tell you, 7th grade, we expand on it, okay? 7th grade, we expand on it. Senior 2 says, okay, is to make local goods attractive. For instance, if you are producing enough rice and people still want to bring rice in the country, and you think if when bringing rice to the country, it's become luxury for them, okay, you put taxes on it. In that, most people will be forced to buy your local product. In this case, you don't. And you have no intention of doing so because it is reflected of your budget. Where are the leaders of Liberia? We are all leaders, and we must start thinking strategically, nationalistic, okay? We must act on it. But that what they are doing is a joke. Jim Goodday, what a 250 machine, yellow machine now. You know what I'm thinking? They were still good. Maybe a year and a half or 2 years before election, they will bring it so they can fool our people because we're good at that. Says call you build on Ralphie. Let me tell you something, man. Then before I go, 2008, I bought 2 acres of land in Marshall. When I went back to put fence around, the people sold it. And people can't tell me I'm going to go to court. I just told them, the first thing the lawyer asked me, at the time, lot was $500. The lawyer is asking me just to retain them $2,000. I told them, no, I'm not doing it. I don't need it. I'll be housing. My family got over 900 acres of land in Ganta, in the heart of Ganta. That's where I'm going. The time, for instance, my grandfather is named after my great-grandfather. And I'm hearing some big people are buying all the land. It's a family land from people who don't even have rights to it. That's the problem they're causing. And I have a serious problem with that. Cisco, I'll call you on the weekend. Guys, thank you for tuning in. Let me go do some work. I know it is a life of a teacher and never finish. I will talk to you later. You have a good day. God bless. It was nice being here. Please join me Thursday night. I think Steve will be here with me, and we will talk about this. Good night. Good night, sis. Good night, Brother Jackson. Good night, Justina. Good night, Bill. Thank you so much, Bill. I'm so thinking about you. Let me finish getting the little girl ready. And your Oma here. I've not forgotten you, sweetheart. I want you to know that. Good night, everyone. Yeah. Oh, the country is more than mature in dishonesty. No young person, no old person, they're dishonest. They're called. And when you question them, then they say you're hateful, you're jealous. And jealous of what? Jealous of what? Of what? Please. Bye. Thank you. Good night. Thank you, guys. Your share. We're on it. We'll get there.